Holy
All
shit,
right,
we're
man.
live. We're live. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody of all genders, welcome to this special live stream.
Hell
Special
yeah.
guest today, my co-host of a show that we will start maybe weekly or whenever we feel like it, is a Demetri. You've heard of Demetri. Demetri, introduce yourself, please.
Hello, guys. I'm Dimitri. I'll be here for a little bit.
It is. You will be here for a bit. Uh, Good friend of mine. We're here to talk about some nerdy shit, pop culture, video games, movies, etc., whatever is kind of on our mind. So I don't know, man. Let me state the date. It's September 25th right now. It's 11:14. We're about an hour away from it being September 26th. So what's been going on? What are we talking about first? What do you want to jump in? Video games, movies? What are we talking about first? Just give me something.
Whichever, man. Honestly, I haven't been too much up to date with everything that's going around right now. It's
Okay.
kind of been a little slow.
Yeah. I could agree with that. It's been a little slow. I mean, have you seen at least the Joker leaked photos? Walking Phoenix.
I have not. I know
Oh
I
man.
saw an article about it, but I have like really share signal out here, so I couldn't watch it.
Okay. Um, Damn, it's all over Facebook right now too. Like, it's. Then we won't touch on the subject very much. Just Walking Phoenix, Joker. I think he looks amazing. Obviously, it's an origin story, so it's not supposed to be uh, nothing too fancy yet.
Yeah.
It's really great. They've only started filming like a week ago, and they already have like a little teaser, like a little camera test out. So
Mm.
it's really cool. It looks great. So I'm excited for that. Um, what do we got coming up? We have Venom coming up next week. I
Venom,
mean,
yeah, and I saw some of the trailers. I don't know. To me, it looks a little promising. I'm not gonna have, really high hopes for it, but
mhm.
it seems like it could be something. Most definitely. I really do
Well,
hope that, Sony does, you know, allow the whole Marvel to put Spider-Man in it as far as, Tom Holland Spider-Man.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, I
It,
think that will actually, be
well,
really cool.
it needs to be a success in order box office wise. That's why they put the PG-13 rating for Venom,
Hmm.
which I think it should be rated R. Technically, Venom. Let's be honest about it. It really
Yeah,
should be. But the whole PG-13 reason to fit Tom Holland Spider-Man. So if Venom is a success at the box office, that means they have a plan to bring Tom Holland Spider-Man since Sony does own the rights still. They're just sharing it with Disney. So again, they could take after Spider-Man Homecoming 2, like or Far From Home. After that, they could take Spider-Man away and just bring him to the Sony universe. So
yeah,
it's kind of like a win-lose situation. I don't know if that means they're gonna let him still be in Disney after that, or they'll just take him back to Sony and be like, well, because there's only one more contract. It's with Avengers 4 and with Far From Home. So the you know his last contract I think is with Far From Home. But yeah, a week from that, Venom. I think it looks good. It doesn't look great. It doesn't look. I think some of the CGI. It's a Sony film, so the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
hmm,
Sony. I don't know how to feel really. I think Tom Hardy's promising. He's playing Eddie Brock, very promising. Um, but itself, I think it's going to be a hit and miss for many people. The reviews are not out yet. They haven't had screenings for it. So until we hear like a few reviews from it, they could say either it's a great film, it's a good film, or it's a shit film. My
yeah,
guessing it's going to be in the middle. I feel like it's going to be in the middle somewhere. Like it's going to get like a my like if Rotten Tomatoes, which doesn't really matter, I feel like it'll be like a 55% to 70% at most. Um,
I hear you
but
there.
but other than that, Venom's up close. We have Aquaman coming out in December,
Yeah,
um, which I think Shazam looks better than Aquaman, personally. Have you seen the Aquaman trailer?
Um, I don't think I have.
Aren't you like DC's biggest fan? And you haven't?
I am a big fan, but like I said, man, right now I have no, I have no internet out here where I'm
Yeah,
at.
yeah, yeah.
You
Well, I
know,
mean,
it's kind of been hard.
the
I'm not gonna lie,
trailer's
but
been out since like July, technically,
then
but
I may have seen it. I'm not too sure. I know I've seen one, but what I'm not too
right,
sure about it's if it's the actual one or
yeah,
if it was like a fan made one type of thing.
right.
Just from
It's kind of
cutscenes and whatnot.
it's kind of forgettable, the trailer though. So you probably did forget
Mm,
about it. Like Shazam was more memorable, the
yeah.
trailer. Um,
I don't know. I'm not a big Shazam fan or anything, but for that one for sure, I have not seen the trailer of it.
okay, yeah, same here. Like I did grow up reading Shazam comics, nothing
Yeah.
like that. I was more on the Marvel side growing up. Of course, like a few Batman comics, a few
Hmm.
Superman comics, but nothing of like. I never read Wonder Woman. I never read. I knew of the characters, obviously. I knew the origins. It's basic stuff. But I uh, more X Men, Punisher, yada yada. So
Yeah.
very very interesting. That's on DC side of what we have coming up, and then we have Marvel, which they don't have Captain Marvel till March, I believe, March or April. I think it's in April next year. Could be in March, but we have Daredevil season 3 coming out next month in a few weeks, like in 3 weeks. Daredevil
I don't
season
know.
3.
I'm not a big fan of the whole Netflix series at all.
Not
So,
at all.
no, just with time being so tight right now, I haven't really gotten, to view any of
Catch
them.
up.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely do plan on catching up at least sometime soon, but
yeah,
life happens
yeah.
and
Of course.
sometimes it's just hard.
Well, I'd say most of all, Daredevil's the best one out of all of them. I man, there's just so much. There's a lot with Netflix going on. It has its ups and downs, but the movie so far, like Infinity War this year, was great. In a sense, as a comic book film, it's a good film in general. Great CGI, great action. Ant Man was a good film. I don't think it was great. I think it was good for the film that it was. Um, do we have a DC film this year? No, we didn't. We just had Justice League, I believe, last year, which you were not impressed with Justice League, right? I don't think
Not
you
at
were.
all. Yeah, no.
Mm.
But I don't know, man. I just feel like nowadays movies just feel way too rushed for what they are, and I don't know. To me, it's just not as enjoyable.
Well, I feel Justice League was rushed in a sense where you need to build up the characters first, like how Marvel did.
Yeah.
They're trying to compete with Marvel, obviously. So, like, I love Cyborg in Justice League. I want to see more Cyborg.
Hmm.
I want to like Wonder Woman's the only great DC film, and then right under it, I would put Wonder Woman as number one, then Dawn of Justice number two, then Justice League number three, and then Man of Steel number four. Which
I
doesn't
don't know.
doesn't it doesn't mean Man of Steel is a horrible film. It's not. I enjoy the film, but I mean, either seeing Superman for 2 hours or seeing the whole Justice League for 2 hours. I'd put Justice League for Superman.
Yeah.
But anyway, just kind of wanted to touch up on little nerdy stuff there.
Yeah.
Uh, Hero wise, we could go more into just more pop culture, video games, topics. Um, really, who is your favorite video game developer? You would say,
For me,
yeah, for you.
man, I'm not too sure about that. There's just so many, great developers. I guess if I had to really pick one,
Hmm.
I would say Capcom has been, video game company that I really enjoyed most of their games.
Yeah, with you, I could tell your favorite, obviously, for people who don't know you, Devil May Cry is at the top of your list for Capcom.
Definitely, yeah, I'm pretty excited
Capcom,
about, Devil May Cry 5.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
looking a lot better than, the whole remake DMC. I know a lot of people hate on it, but to me, honestly, I didn't finish the game, but I did play most of it, and I
right,
actually seem to enjoy it a lot. It wasn't a
right,
horrible game. There was, a few issues here and there with it, but to me, I feel like it, if they try a little bit harder, it could actually work out.
right. I
And I
mean,
don't know,
I like the direction that they tried to go with. As in, I don't know whether I don't think it was technically supposed to be a reboot. It was supposed to be just like this
yeah,
is Dante now, um, which I didn't mind the whole different look and everything. But obviously, it doesn't matter by this point because they obviously went back. I mean, they're finally making the actual sequel to the
yeah,
story. So at this point, like 4 years ago, you could be like, well, are they going to make another Devil May Cry? Are they going to make a sequel to this new one? Yada yada. Well, now we know the answer, obviously, with the gameplay that's been out and the trailers that's been out, which it looks really fun, and it's going back to its roots and the basics
yeah.
of Devil May Cry, which is really great. So for fans all around, um, let me just kind of talk about some of the games coming out later this year and your opinion on them. And obviously, I think some you probably don't have no intention of playing at all, or you don't give a shit about,
Hmm.
um, which is fine. Uh, like first off, next week WWE 2K19 comes out. You're not a wrestling fan, obviously, and you don't. I don't think you play no type of sports games or nothing
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
yeah, no, I'm definitely more of an RPG type of person, more of a storyline.
Right. So
And I don't know, to me, as a collector's point of view, I don't see much, value in paying, $60 for a game that's, gonna be $20 in a few weeks or,
yeah,
you
within a
know,
few months, like
yeah,
within 4 or 5 months, will be at the $30 mark, and they're kind of a rehash. It's the same game every year with just a different roster,
yeah, pretty much.
and but it's just different for wrestling. Obviously, they add different arenas or the new
Yeah,
stars and new moves, so it's different for that. I could see with Madden and all that. Like I can't get into that stuff. I'm not good at those games. I wouldn't spend. I'll spend 8 hours on shooters and multiplayer, but for sports, that's not me.
hmm,
Wrestling, sure, but I never usually play online with that. I just play it when I'm bored. So
yeah.
now with that, obviously RPG storyline, what you're talking about, we're looking more towards like Fallout 76 in November.
I never played any of the Fallout games, but I have seen people play them and they seem pretty fun, but I don't know, to me, it's just something I never picked up. Uh,
It's great.
I
It's
definitely do plan on it because I did pick up Fallout. I think it was Fallout 4, the newest one that came out. You
okay.
know the
Yeah,
and I do want to play that one. It definitely got my attention. Just the beginning of it, it was really interesting.
yeah. That's the one at the beginning where they're your husband and wife. You can
Yeah,
pick the boy, girl, and they're looking in the mirror. Yeah, that one was. I still haven't beaten it yet. Still, I got a good amount of hours in there. There's so much to do in a Fallout world, which is great.
hmm,
I think only the downfall is kind of little with Fallout 4 that came out in 2015. The graphics obviously should have been more updated, but Bethesda kind of uses the same graphics for almost every game,
yeah,
almost. But definitely Fallout 3. If you're looking to play any Fallout 3 is definitely a good start. Uh, and obviously, like you said, Fallout 4, like Fallout New Vegas, it's another really good Fallout game. But 76 is going to be an online multiplayer. Think of like Elder Scrolls Online, but Fallout. So that's really awesome. Um, obviously, Black Ops 4 comes out in like 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks. Um, and then we got Red Dead Redemption coming out. Literally, it's about to be the 26th. It comes out next month on the 26th in October. So we're 1 month away from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Hmm.
Arguably, not even arguably, the biggest game out of the year in gaming.
Yeah,
Um, because it's
definitely
Rockstar.
Rocksteady. Yeah, that does have a really big fan base.
Yeah, it's crazy because I think GTA 5 was the biggest, fastest selling game in history, video
Hmm.
games. So no doubt Rockstar or Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to be it's either going to top. I don't think it's going to top GTA 5, but it's going to be up there. Like it'll be number two of the biggest selling games ever.
Yeah.
So for sure, like Rockstar's never going to go out of business anytime soon.
Oh,
Uh,
definitely.
but man, like it's been an all right year for gaming so far. We got a few good games out this year. God of War
Hmm.
um, for Sony, and then I can't really think of much Xbox exclusives. Shadow of the Tomb Raider just recently came out, which I just beat about 3 or 4 days ago. Probably about 5 days ago. I really enjoy Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Really fun game. I know, like you said, you ended up pre-ordering it, uh,
Yeah.
which you didn't end up picking it up, right? You didn't
No, I
get
didn't
the
end
game.
up picking it up. Yeah, a few setbacks, but yeah, kind of sucks. But I mean, it's
No,
definitely something I'm planning on picking up. Sometime.
it,
I mean,
yeah, wait a few
shit
months and
happens.
it would go down in price
Yeah.
if you wait. But it was good. I think in total the story is like about 14 and a half hours. I beat the game in total of 20 hours with all the side missions and stuff. I haven't completed it yet, but there's so much to explore. It's kind of overwhelming.
Hmm.
Um, really, Battlefield 5 was trash. I don't think you're a Battlefield player, right?
No.
Battlefield 5 was complete trash, the beta. It was garbage. It was like I was playing literal like garbage. I mean, taking out the trash is more entertaining than Battlefield 5. So that speaks for that on its own.
Yeah.
Uh, man, there's so much to talk about. Really, let's talk about really the world in general. I think this is more of an interesting topic than movies and games right now about
Mm.
the world. What is your view on? You know what? Let's get a little spicy. Let's spice things up right now. What's your view on Trump?
Why you
Just
gotta do this to me?
just tell the viewers
I
your
mean,
view on Trump.
honestly, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't like him as a person, but that's just my view. However, I do still think that he's a genius master mind manipulator, you know, and
Right.
obviously he's a good businessman. There's no doubt about
Yeah,
it,
yeah. First and
But
foremost, a businessman.
mhm.
Anything else?
Yeah, but like anything else, you know, how do you get to power? You gotta step on people. You gotta, maybe, put out a few people or something. But I don't know.
Oh,
To,
I don't know.
to me,
Well,
he's
maybe
just
just have
not.
the the Russians hack your election. Could also be a good forecall. I don't want to say too much on this topic. I don't really with politics. Like I don't stand on. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm just kind of like I'm
Hmm.
out of that circle. I guess
Yeah.
in ways you would say liberal. I definitely
Hmm.
have a liberal mindset, but uh, our president's a meme. Obviously, everyone knows this. But we live in a world where our president, everything he moves, like says, even he tweets. We have a president that tweets every day on daily stuff, and he's it's crazy how everything now is just a meme where nobody could take anything seriously now.
Yeah.
So
It definitely sucks, to know that, I mean, obviously I wasn't born in America and I'm not from here. However, this is where I grew up. This is where, I associate myself, you know,
Right.
and it kind of sucks. It sucks being the livestock of the world,
Right.
Everyone's laughing at us, and it's kind of shitty. But
Yeah. Where America's turned into a joke. Mind you, we've always kind of been a joke to a certain extent. But
pretty
now it's
much,
just
yeah,
it's gone full downhill. Um, so I don't know. Really, politically wise, the world is a shitstorm. But at least North Korea, South Korea kind of made that pact in order to be like, hey, we're not going to do missiles no more or nothing like that. As of it's a time of peace right now for North Korea and South Korea. I don't know how long that's going to last. I don't know if that's just a bigger ploy. You know what I mean? Like a bigger. I don't know. I wouldn't trust North Korea for a day with anything that they would say. So
yeah.
I have no idea on that stance there. But man, I'm gonna sing you a song, Damien.
Oh, Jesus.
No. Man, literally what happens day to day life, like obviously life's not easy, right?
Definitely.
Life is bullshit. Life is the only thing that comfort us really is memes at the end of the
Uh,
day. Memes and memories of better times.
yeah, I guess I can see that. I mean,
And
but honestly,
what?
everything has its ups and downs. Uh, I'm
Yeah, well,
usually I'm usually not a very positive person at all, I must say. But there is certainly some aspects that I do enjoy.
yeah. Well, here's a question. I'm a. It could be a two-part question, really, and we're just rapid fire all around it. You either say yes or no, and I'll keep asking you the questions.
Okay.
Okay, right? Or you just choose. You choose Xbox or PlayStation.
You definitely know I'm a more PlayStation person.
Boy or girl.
Uh, what do you mean? That's kind of
Just choose. What come the two things I say? What's the first thing that pops into your head? Boy or girl?
um. I'm gonna have to go with boy.
All right, man and woman.
I like women more.
Bush did 9/11 or
I don't know if it was Bush, but it was definitely an inside job. There's no doubt about that.
now? Do you think that the moon landing was a fake?
To be honest with you, I don't know. You know, it's a hit or miss. I believe we did go up there, but with as much technology that we have come up with and whatnot nowadays, it's kind of
Right.
hard to believe why we have not gone back. With
Well,
as much
I'm sorry. I meant
with as much technology as we have today, it's kind of far-fetched that we have not gone back for whatever reason.
I think we have gone back actually. There are actually like astronauts on the moon right now as we speak. There's a space
Mm,
station there, I assume.
I don't know. You're kind of going into the whole, Mars colony type of thing that's possibly real, but they don't know or they're not saying.
Uh, yeah, I really don't know how to answer that either, honestly.
Uh,
You know what I would say is that when you like somebody and you love somebody, right? And that person doesn't give you the time of day,
Uh-huh.
what do you call that?
Hmm. Honestly, it depends. Is this person, does this person like you back? Have they liked you back? You just don't know. Because,
The only person that would know is them. Am I right?
exactly.
Yeah, it could be an obvious, like women and men, everybody's different. Obviously, they could show affection. Maybe they're the shy type that are very insecure about themselves and they have these feelings deep inside, but they just don't know how to let it out. Or maybe they're too afraid to say how they feel, so then their feelings are just buried there, and then that causes pain inside.
Yeah, I can definitely see that happening. I mean, I don't know, man. I kind of always been a really open person. If I tell you something, I pretty much speak it how it is.
Right. You are very you kind of speak the truth.
And I'm a very blunt person, I guess you can say. I don't like to bullshit around. I don't like to, be lying or whatever, trying not to hurt someone or whatnot. I mean, it might be shitty of me or whatnot, but, that's just how I am. I would much rather someone tell me the truth, straight in my face than to try to hide or lie or think they're gonna hurt my feelings or whatever. I mean, fuck feelings. I don't know. I just don't feel like they're necessary to me at
Oh,
least,
but
which it does bring some problems, I suppose. But that's just me.
yeah, donuts are better than Twinkies, I would say. This is
I mean,
where
it,
this is
it
where
depends.
the
It
great.
depends. Like, are you talking about American Twinkies or are you talking about Mexican Twinkies? Because
Oh,
Mexican Twinkies.
okay. I'm thinking about the best damn Twinkies. We're talking about Canadian Twinkies.
I honestly can't say I have tried a Canadian Twinkie, so I am not too sure about that.
Really, pop culture, nerdism. What is there really that's going on in the world right now? Well, what are we missing here? Um, you don't watch much TV. You don't watch much movies. We could talk about, let's talk about something, both games that we have played that really
I
affected our
mean,
lives.
I don't know. I kind of want to say something about what you just, mentioned, the whole nerds and,
Yeah,
nerdism and whatnot. And
yeah,
I don't
pop
know.
culture.
Yeah, on pop culture, I think it's kind of shitty how it's going right now, just for the fact that, us nerds and us geeks. I mean, I myself would, you know, I guess label myself more as a geek than anything else. And I think it's kind of shitty how everyone, kind of takes it nowadays and like, oh yeah, I'm a nerd, I'm a this and blah blah blah. And it's like, no, you're not. You like a few fucking things that are popular, and you probably don't know much about them. The way that an actual nerd or an actual geek would know, and sit there and talk to you about.
Right.
I mean, like the whole, yeah, Harry Potter and the whole thing. It's pretty nerdy. It's pretty, geeky. A lot of people like it and whatnot. But most people just take it as a trendy thing, as something. Yeah, I like it. I've seen a few movies of it, and that's about it. And I don't know. To me, it's pretty dumb that they try to make it seem like such a hip thing nowadays. To be a nerd or to be a geek or you know that kind of aspect of it.
Does it actually mean anything now by this point?
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody.
I mean, growing up, we had such a bad rep type of thing. You know, and now apparently everyone's a nerd and everyone's this and that, and it's pretty dumb.
Yeah, people follow the hype train, or
Yeah,
they get on a train.
yeah, the bandwagon. They
Yeah,
love getting on the bandwagon.
everybody's on it now, and
Yeah.
they don't know when to get off.
hmm Yeah, it's kind of like, whenever the whole Pokemon Go, when, it came out and whatnot, and everyone was on it, and, it was a bunch of bandwagoners, getting on it and hyping up the thing. And, what do you see now on today's? You kind of only see, the actual fans that still play, that still, put their time into it and whatnot.
Yeah, it's like, oh, now you're a fan of Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
And then, oh, you've always been a fan of Pokemon, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a few people that, used to be bullies, I guess you can say, and they bully. I mean, us or other kids are like, oh, Pokemon is lame, it's gay, you're way too old to be liking it, and blah blah blah. But what happened when Pokemon Go came out? Oh, they were on that bandwagon, all the way. They were big fans of Pokemon apparently, and it's like, mm, okay, guy, okay,
Um,
girl, whatever.
that's ain't that weird.
Yeah, man. It's
Everyone
I
jumps
wouldn't
in.
say it pisses me off, but it does bother me how everyone thinks it's just such a cool thing to be trendy, to be, you know, hip or whatever with the stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd say, what I'd say to that to respond is just stop.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say the same thing. Like, just enough, man. It's not making you cool.
Listen,
Just
life
quit.
is beautiful, right? Life is beautiful.
Eh,
Um,
it depends who you ask.
it did like that. Yeah, that's true. But there's so much that happens in a day. Well, not besides sitting at home, but I mean, out around in the world. Kind of the beauty of it, where you enter this place for a concert, or you go to this store. You don't know who you're going to bump into. You don't know who you're going to, what you're going to come across. And
Definitely.
isn't that beautiful? It's the unpredictable piece of it. Like,
hmm
you walk into a fucking white area and Brotherhood shop, and you meet your wife there. I don't know. Like, you could definitely. Did you get that joke?
Yeah,
You
but
get
I
it.
mean, I don't know,
I don't.
man. To me, like I said, I'm not a very positive person, but I most definitely do try to, I try to at least be nice to people, no matter who it is, no matter, where they are, where they come from. I try to accept them in a way. Uh, there's no reason to turn your back on someone just because you don't know them or whatever. And I mean, that just may be my thing, right?
Right.
But yeah, I like conversating. Like, there's so many people, that I used to know back in high school or whatever, and they would either send me a friend request or I send them a friend request, and I try talking to them, but I seem to see that everyone's so stuck up nowadays, man. Everyone's,
Yeah.
too good or something, and it's kind of shitty. Like, I'm just trying to say hi, be polite is what I would say. I mean, back in the day, back in the whole, like, I'm not sure if you were in that, era or not, but back in the MySpace days, you could pretty much just talk to anyone. Everyone was so friendly, no matter if you liked them or not, or you were trying to hit them up or get after them or whatever. You just talk to them just to talk. There was nothing to it. I seem like nowadays it's so different. Everyone's so distant. No one,
Right.
I don't know if they just don't want to put their time or whatever. I don't know. To me, it seems shitty.
Well, like I said
That
way earlier, before even starting the broadcast, everybody has their phones now,
exactly. That's one
and
thing. Everyone has their phone. Everyone's there's no way that you don't see it. You know, but what does it cost you, or how much hard of a decision it is for you to say hi back or reply or just chat for a little bit, even if it's just a few minutes once in a while or whatever. Why not do it? Just be polite.
right,
I mean, back in the high school days, that's how I was. I always talked to everyone, anyone, unless there was like, there's very few people that I just did not have any interest of, getting along with or talking to or whatever. I wasn't mean to them, I wasn't rude to them or anything. I mean, not most of the time, but there was a few instances, of course. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird how everything's changed that way. Everyone's so stuck up. Everyone tries to like put up this image that they're a perfect person or whatever, and it's bullshit.
right. It's all an
Just
act.
yeah, you're not too good for anyone. Who are you kidding yourself? You're basically no one. Like to me, I'm just trying to be polite. I added you on Facebook or I added you on Instagram or whatever, and I want to say hi. Get to maybe know you a little bit, and that's it. I'm not trying to hit you up. I'm not trying to do anything. But that's what people seem to think nowadays, and I don't know. To me, it's kind of shitty how people think like that or whatever. Or I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe they don't have the time. Maybe they're. I mean, obviously they don't owe me anything. I'm not saying that I deserve it or that it should be that way, but I'm just saying just be polite, man. It doesn't take much to say, oh,
Yeah,
say hello back or
I mean,
something.
gotta
I
be
mean, if
nice.
you, yeah, obviously, if you added me, maybe we could still have a connection or, something like that. But, it's whatever. I mean, to each their own, I suppose. But to me, I like saying, hi, even if it's every once in a while, checking up on people. Maybe they need someone, maybe they're in their last, straw and they don't see a way out or life, you know, as moving forward. And maybe I could, at least have a nice chat with them and make them see the world a different place, not so dark.
Right.
But yeah, definitely people are, I don't know, I don't even know what to, call it. They're just, it's so different nowadays.
World is just. It's not the world. It's the people.
Hmm.
That's what it is. The world has nothing to do with it. It's just a planet, the Earth. It's the people inside it that make it shitty,
Yeah.
and the attitudes. But everybody's different, and could say hi to somebody at a store and they don't say hi to you back because they're being a bitch. So maybe
Yeah,
you're really in
I hear
this.
where you're coming from. The whole, thing where, they either talk to you whenever they're with friends or they're with someone but then never talk to you again or whatever. And, it's like, okay, you know,
It's
but yeah, I mean, everyone's different, like you said. There has been, instances where there's people, that we talk to and, back in high school, I would say we were pretty open. My group or whatever, my clique, I guess you can call it, was pretty open with everyone. It didn't matter who you were, what you like,
yeah,
what you believe, or whatnot. We kind of just chilled. Everyone was different. Everyone was, from a different background or whatnot. We're just trying to have fun. We're just trying to conversate, and that was it. But nowadays, everything, it's so different. I think it's pretty shitty.
Yeah, I agree. Uh, I don't know. There's a win lose. It's lose lose. Everything's nah.
Hmm.
You
Most
have your good
definitely,
days.
that,
You have your bad.
yeah. That's why I'm like, like if anyone, hits me up or whatever, I will at least, take the time to reply, even if it's something simple, or even if I don't like them or don't know them or whatever, you know, I always make it a point to reply. Like, and this is a little weird, I guess. To me, it's a little odd, but kind of like the whole, the dating apps. I kind of get on there just to, waste time, see what's up and whatnot. And I get, most of the people who reply to me, pretty fast or, want to talk to me or whatever is mostly gay guys or whatever, Nothing wrong
Yeah,
with it or whatever, but, I at least make an effort to, say something back, reply to them, no matter who they are or what they look like or whatever, I mean, I'm not
yeah,
interested in a guy, but it doesn't cost me anything, to say hi to them, to reply, to be polite, I suppose.
yeah. It doesn't matter like what religion or what your preference is sexually, or if you're blue,
Definitely, yeah.
black, yellow, your skin of color at the same time. Like you're just it's just being courteous and friendly.
Yeah.
Really. Oh, it's like, oh, you're Down syndrome. I can't like speak to you. Type of thing. Like no, like it doesn't matter.
Hmm.
Really. Then again, people are on there. Everyone gets in moods in the day at the same time. So maybe someone comes up to you and wants to try to talk to you, but you're in a mood. You don't want to be talked to. So then you could come off as an asshole, and then. Uh, so I don't know. It's a double-edged sword. Um, that's why I don't know porn. So
Huh?
I said corn on the cob. It's
Corn is my favorite band.
corn.
But yeah, definitely, I do miss those days where you could just, talk to anyone, online. People didn't have this front that they had to put up with, that they're not trying to be a, social media personality or whatever. And, people are just talking just to talk.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now
And
it's a whole lot more.
yeah, I mean, some of the people that I still talk to today or whatever, I may never meet them. I may never, get to hang out with them or see them or whatever, but I still talk to them. They're still, friends. You know,
Yeah.
they're still someone that I, you know, think about and care about, from time to time just because, you know, why not? And I mean, that may just
There's
be me.
no. It's not just you. It's like a lot of. It's there's a
Mhm.
minority out there that are like that
Yeah.
still. Um,
I would definitely say that we are very few people who are still like that. One thing I do have to say, man, it's,
yeah, we are horrible.
people are like on people on dating sites, stop being weird, man. Like, stop. Just it just has to stop. Like, I already told you that I'm not gay or whatever. Don't ask me for pictures. It's kind of weird. I don't even do that for girls. Just don't. You know,
Everybody watch out. Don't ask him for pictures. All right,
dude.
you
It's
gotta
like,
pay for it.
I mean, shit. Gotta eat
It's only
somehow,
money. Yeah.
huh? Nah.
Money only. You gotta get that premium Snapchat.
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
Oh
God,
no.
that's funny, dude.
You're funny.
There's definitely a lot of those. You
So,
know,
you know,
who wants to buy my premium
who wants to buy
Snapchat? Like,
the business? Like,
no. What
no.
what what did you do? There's a lot of I could hear myself talking now.
Oh, hold up. Good?
Oh, you switched off the microphone. That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, you could take
Should
off
we
your
start rap?
headset. I don't know. No, maybe you can't. But yeah, I don't know. You wanna pick another topic you wanna talk about or something else?
Sure, we could do one last topic for the night. I do want to do this occasionally, but next time for sure we need a constructed topics to talk about for sure. This one
Yeah,
was just
I
kind
feel
of
like.
in the air. Yeah, we need
I mean,
like
yeah. I
a
mean,
list.
yeah. This is just testing the waters. I would say. Just trying it out, seeing how it goes.
Yeah. Now ever since I said White Aryan Brotherhood, the 2 viewers left. So
What?
note to self: don't mention the Aryan Brotherhood because that'll get people to leave. Um,
Damn, you
I mean,
lost your only two viewers, Daniel. God damn it.
you know,
Stop. That's enough with the guitar, man.
my baby. I didn't try to fall in love with you. Did everything that I could do
Jesus.
to keep from falling
You're not
like
drunk tonight,
I've
are
done
you?
so many times. Um, I don't know. There's not really much else to say.
I mean,
I
I don't
guess
know.
really the moral of the video is be a good person. If anybody's gonna
Uh,
take anything away from this video over
I
the
wouldn't say
weeks and
necessarily be a
months,
good person. I would just say, be polite. It
be
doesn't take
polite.
much.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's common sense, really.
Hmm.
But if anyone's gonna take anything away from this video over the weeks and months and years that it's gonna be on the internet, ever just be polite, be courteous to one another, because one day that person you might meet that person for whatever reason.
Yeah, and I mean, not even that. Some people, you know, I can't speak for myself, but maybe some people are just trying to reach out to, old friends or old people, or, you know, maybe they're just in a dark place or whatnot, and they, need someone to be there. And maybe they, have an idea that you were, a person they could count on once in, the past or whatnot. So, don't let those people down, man. Especially on today's society, it seems like there is a lot, of the whole mental illness type of situation going around. There's a lot of suicide. There's a lot of stuff like that. We definitely don't need any of that. We need to be more open with each other, you know, just every
Right.
once in a while. It doesn't take much at all.
Yeah. Everybody has gone through something that somebody else is going through,
Exactly.
and nobody's technically alone
Yeah.
ever. And there's people out there who want to help the person that needs help.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you just got to keep living. I say keep living until the big man knocks at your door. And just, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
Why not? Jeez. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank. I don't know how long we've been doing this, but I assume it's about a good 35, 40 minutes. Um,
I'm not too sure.
I do want to thank though my co-host Demetri. Uh, we'll come up with a title for the show. Think of this as the beta or the this is the pilot. Really, there's more to
Yeah.
come, and there's definitely going to be way better topics, like in a sense of different
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
things.
Yeah. We'll probably be more prepared, a little bit more prepared
Yeah,
as well. Um, I feel like that was one of the big things that we're missing today. But definitely, I feel like, this will be something enjoyable to, you know,
and
talk or do
probably,
every once in a while.
and I'll probably do it when I'm not hella tired
Hmm.
as well. I've been up since I think like 7 in the morning, so it's been a long day for me because I've had to do a lot of like helping mowing the grass and shit. So it's been a long day, but I do enjoy this, and we are gonna work on it over the weeks. So
Yeah.
hopefully this could be like a weekly thing or every 2 week thing or maybe even a every few day thing. So it just really depends if there's something to talk about, something to get off the chest. That's when we talk about it. So
Yeah, definitely.
so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's Dimitri. I'm Daniel. Y'all know me because y'all on my channel. Y'all know you best know my shit. You guys got to know what I'm up with. I'm a movie reviewer, TV show reviewer, game reviewer, comic book reviewer, music reviewer, reactionist, an activist, an entrepreneur, a
Feminist.
playboy. I am everything. I am and always am. You are, he is, they are, we all are. Big D. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you,
And
man.
of
I
course,
hope,
thank
y'all guys enjoyed it. I hope y'all can take, at least a little bit something of this and, turn it positive,
that,
and like we say, you're never truly alone. There's always gonna be someone. It doesn't matter who it is, just try to reach out to, you know, people. Some of us don't really care what's going on, what you're going through. If you have to talk about something, I'll hear you out. There's people out there
right.
that are willing to, talk about it or whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Just like I said earlier, no one's really alone.
Hmm.
There are people who want to help you, that are, that are there to talk to you. And you could find everywhere. You're not miles away from somebody who's done this like in the same hole as you are, but they've gotten out. So it seems impossible, but hey, if you've made it this far, you just gotta think because obviously there's not a 3-year-old that has this mindset. You're obviously older in a sense with your brain, where if you made it that far, well, you've made it that far. You could keep going. You know, um, life is a beautiful thing, like I've said, and it's not supposed to be easy. Just like liquor's not supposed to taste good, even though it does. It really does taste good. But
It depends
liquor's
on
not
which
supposed to.
liquor.
Well, I think all liquor, but most all liquors I've tasted are really good. But it's not supposed to taste good. It's supposed to make you feel good. That's the whole point of it. So it's life's not supposed to. It's not supposed to be
You know, rainbows
flowers
and
every day.
sunshine.
Yeah. It's gonna be pussy popping every day. It's gonna be sometimes you gotta get on your knees and get a little dirty. You're gonna have to suck some dick sometimes. Basically, so
Jeez.
point of the moral of the story, even if you don't want to, you're gonna have to do it. Anyway, we'll catch you guys on the next one, and this will become something bigger than you and me and that we could even imagine. So, thank you. We're about to sign off in 10 seconds.
All right,
I hope.
great. See you later, guys.
Bye bye, everyone. God bless. And also, God bless the United States of America and the armed forces and the military and the Navy SEALs and the zookeepers and everybody, the nurses, the doctors, the Jake Pauls, the vloggers, the hipsters. God bless them all. They're all beautiful people, and God bless to my everybody, including my baby girl, the girl I like. All right. All
Wait,
right.
I didn't hear her name there. Hold on. What was the name?
What